Dear listeners, I'm Pius. I work with the Dynamic Agro-pastoralist Development Organization in Uganda. And Dynamic Agro-pastoralist Development Organization works with pastoralists on natural resources, agroecology, peace building, and conflict management. Pastoralism, in this case, I will be discussing the role of pastoralists as users and protectors of rangelands in the context of Uganda. And of course, knowing that pastoralists have a role in the development of rangelands, and they also have a role in ecosystem restoration of the rangelands. I will be also discussing about the challenges and opportunities that pastoralists face while developing, using, and ownership in the rangelands. Of course, pastoralism is viewed as a development challenge from the perspective of a non-pastoralist or from a policymaker who hasn't yet understood further what pastoralists are and what rangelands could be. Knowing that pastoralism is a social capital and forms part of the community participation in common resource management and protection, and rangelands are a common pool resource for pastoralists, farmers, and wildlife, and it provides kind of an avenue for a social safety net for pastoralists and other users like the wildlife. This is an example during dry season. Rangelands provide resources such as water and pasture that enable sustainability of these systems of pastoralists. A secure land tenure, for example, makes a secure pastoral system and hence provides opportunity for food security in the rangeland in the perspective of agroecology. And rangelands provide many benefits to pastoralists, ranging from seed, pasture, and also vital natural resources. Also, rangelands provide an avenue for extractives and mining of certain kind of minerals that support development of countries. As pastoralism survival is derived from use, control, ownership of vital resources within the rangelands, detaching these ecosystem services from the pastoralist makes it more insecure for the livelihoods and survival of its users. When you look at opportunities and challenges faced by pastoralists, the existing policy environment in Africa still provides a very fertile avenue, a very fertile area for engagement for a secure pastoral production system. An example, pastoralism in IGAD countries provides economic values and strengthens to the national GDPs for countries in the IGAD countries like Uganda, Ethiopia, Kenya, Sudan, and others that are dependent on pastoral production as part of the contribution to the GDPs. For pastoralism, the herd size, for example, the number of livestock owned by a family informs how secure that family could be. And of course, the natural resource base and the labor that's basically formed from the family labor are critical components that are interlinked to form a basic rangeland resource and control structure at a pastoralist community. The policy environment in Uganda also provides an avenue for investment in pastoral areas. In Uganda, for example, there are open windows available for responsible land-based investment for the extractive sector. This means that an avenue also should be provided for responsible rangeland management and restoration of the ecosystem. Responsible rangeland restoration by pastoralists is critical to support sustainable harnessing of socio-economic values of the rangeland. And these values of the rangeland include tourism that provide revenues and also provides socio-economic changes to pastoral lives. Also, the responsible rangeland restoration also provides Karamoja, for example, as a place of high biodiversity, and in Uganda, hence also the largest kind of protected area in the country. For example, Karamoja rangeland area is a home for certain kind of species that are also endangered, like the elephants and the buffaloes. In Uganda, government of Uganda support, for example, towards the International Year of Rangelands and Pastoralists is an indicator of commitment towards recognition of rangelands and its users in a state of climate action. First of all, the IYRP alone establishes grounds for pastoral voices at all levels. The challenges that affect most pastoralists and the rangelands productivity are generated from the human actions. And these challenges are underpinned by climate change, land degradation, loss of biodiversity, population expulsion, inadequate data available for planning and development, and also, on the other hand, insecurity, that's conflict resources, making access, use, and control of rangeland resources difficult and inaccessible for pastoralists. And above all, the challenges have been impounded or impacting on pastoral livelihood security and economic growth over time. And it is important to note that these resources, for example, are important and target for investment. For example, expansion of conservation and protected areas for huge development infrastructure. Therefore, this is an area that needs to be dialogue between pastoralists and conservationists. Lands are also diminishing in this case within the time and space. This calls for ecosystem restoration and improving data on rangelands and also available resources. There should be kind of drawn guidelines and frameworks for pastoral resource management. Thank you for listening to me. I'm Pius, and I work with the Dynamic Agro-pastoralist Development Organization. And I am also a member of the International Year of Rangelands and Pastoralists. And I would like to encourage you, the listeners, and the people who are behind this to support the International Year of Rangelands and Pastoralists for the betterment of the pastoral systems and rangelands. Thank you so much.